I am Dr. W.B. Gunade from Kamladev Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. As we have seen in the last lecture, different types of stereochemical rules given by Gillespie, and today we are taking some examples of effect of electronegativity, effect of back bonding, effect of multiple bonds, and effect of filled and incomplete shell in the valence shell. So all these are the effect. They are showing the effect on the bond angle. So by taking different examples, we are discussing all these are the stereochemical rules, that effect of electronegativity, effect of multiple bonds, with example why there is a more repulsion and why the less repulsion is there, and how we can determine how we can decide the geometry and bond angle. So all these factors and all these things we are discussing in today's presentation. So the today's topic is stereochemistry and bonding in main group compound, and this is the part 5 of the VSEPR theory. And today's topics are that is, we are going to discuss the applications of VSEPR theory, shapes of OH2 molecule, OF2 molecule, OH2. All these are the different types of examples of the different types of molecules are shown here. All these examples we are discussing, and different bond angles are there in different molecules, and what is the region, all these things we are discussing. And so here first part is the effect of electronegativity. This factor affect the bond angle, and in this case we are taking that central atom, electronegativity of the central atom, and the electronegativity of the bonded atom also affect the bond angle. One example is shown here, OH2 and OF2. Before going to see the example, now there are two important points. And first point is, if the central atom is more electronegative then as compared to the bonded atom, then more electronic repulsion occurs, and therefore it increases the bond angle. So this is the first part, that is central atom is more electronegative as compared to bonded atom. In that case, the more electronic repulsion occurs, and therefore increases the bond angle. So this is one. And in case of second part, if bonded atom is more electronegative than central atom, in that case the less electronic repulsion occurs, and therefore it decreases the bond angle. So well-known example by taking these two is the one example is shown here. OH2 have bond angle 104.5 degree and OF2 103.2 degree, and the structure of OH2 is shown, OH2 band structure having two lone pair. In this case of OF2 also having two lone pair. And now in this case central atom oxygen is more electronegative than bonded atom. In this case bonded atoms are more electronegative than central atom. So both are the examples are shown here. And so in case of, as per this first point, central atom is more electronegative, and therefore they have more bond angle as compared to the other, and therefore in this case more repulsion is found, and therefore the bond angle is also more. And in case of OF2, as the bonded atoms are more electronegative, and therefore bond angle decreases. And why? Because there is a less repulsion, and therefore less bond angle or smaller bond angle is there. So in case of water, bond angle is 104.5 degree. In case of OF2, bond angle is 103.2. So this is an important factors which affect the bond angle of the molecules. So electronegativity is an important part to explain the less or more bond angle in the molecules. And now some more examples are there. So here depending upon the electronegativity, this is the OH2, SH2, SEH2. So the elements which are present in the groups are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and these are the hydrides of this group. And here central atom is oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium. As the central atom electronegativity of the central atom decreases here, bond angle also decreases. So greater the electronegativity of the central atom, greater the bond angle, and if the smaller, then bond angle is less. So this is the one example shown here. and in all these cases central atom is more electronegative. In all the cases, because hydrogen is less electronegative. In all the examples here, the central atom is more electronegative as compared to the bonded atom, and therefore all these central atoms have different electronegativity, and these central atoms are electronegative, but also all the four examples have different electronegativity. As we know, electronegativity decreases as we go from top to bottom in the group, and therefore the structure is shown. OH2, SH2, these are the geometry, inverted V shape or the angular shape. So in this case, here it is shown, this is more electronegative element, and also has this element has complete shell, and therefore more repulsion in this case, and therefore more repulsion, more bond angle. So here is less repulsion, less bond angle. So on the basis of electronegativity, we can explain the geometry of the molecule, and this is the one example, and we can also say that in water, oxygen is there is the central atom, and due to its high electronegativity, it attracts the bonded electron pair more effectively. So bond pair electron come closer to each other, and which shows strong repulsion, and therefore it results in expansion in the bond angle, and therefore in case of OH2 means water have the greater bond angle. While in case of the H2S, now in case of second example H2S, sulfur cannot attract bonded electron pair toward itself as oxygen does. Therefore, so bond pair electrons are comparatively away, which shows the comparatively less electronic repulsion, and it results in less bond angle. So this is the reason that it shows the smaller bond angle as compared to the OH2. And similar sequence is observed by the hydrides of selenium and tellurium, and in case of TeH2, bonded pair of electron is comparatively away from each other, and therefore it shows we can say that comparatively least electronic repulsion, and therefore result is that bond angle is very less. So similarly we can also explain some more example on the basis of this, and next slide shows some more examples here similar to the hydrides of sulfur, oxygen, sulfur. Here another group, that is NH3, central atom is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony. This is another group, and also electronegativity of the central atom decreases from as we go from nitrogen to antimony, from top to bottom in the group. And so here as the what is this electronegativity increases, the bond angle also increases. So this is the order shown here. In case of also this is another example, and also here shown the geometry. NH3 ammonia having one lone pair, PH3 having one lone pair also, and similar type of geometry. So all these molecules have similar geometry, but maximum bond angle found in case of NH3, minimum bond angle found in SbH3 91.3, and this is because depends upon the electron negativity, as we have seen the important 2 point. So in this case of NH3, maximum repulsion is there, and therefore maximum bond angle is maximum. So it depends upon, so this is an example, and this is the geometry of the, so in case of ammonia, maximum bond angle is there because there is a maximum repulsion as compared to last molecule SbH3. When bonded atom is more electronegative than central atom, then smaller the bond angle is observed. As electronegativity of the bonded atom increases, bond angle also decreases. So this is an important point, that when bonded atom is more electronegative than central atom, then the smaller bond angle is observed. As electronegativity of the bonded atom increases, bond angle also decreases. So this is the examples shown here. Some more example also are given here. This is another example which shows PI3. Now in this case, central atom is same, P, phosphorus, the electronegativity of the bonded atoms are different. And in case of the in case of this example, and here when the bonded atom is more electronegative, then the bond angle is less. Is shown here. PI3 have 102 degree. In case of PCl3, bond angle is 100 degree, and structure is also shown. So here different bond angles are there. In case of Pi3, so Pi3 have the bond angle 102 degree, and it is more because it is in this case there is a more repulsion shown here. Repulsion between the electron pair is more, and therefore bond angle is 102 degree. In this case repulsion is less. In this case very less repulsion is there, and therefore bond angle is less. And now we can say that as compared to the iodine, bromine can attract bonded electron pair more effectively, and therefore bond pair electronic repulsion in PBr3 is less than Pi3. Due to less repulsion, bond angle undergo contraction in PBr3 and showing small bond angle. Similarly, as compared to the bromine, chlorine can attract bonded electron pair more effectively. So bond pair electronic repulsion in PCl3 is less, and as compared to the PBr3, and due to less electronic repulsion, bond angle in PCl3 is also smaller as compared to PBr3. So this is the reason that bond angle is less, depend upon the repulsion. So whether repulsion is more or less, the bond angle is there. So greater the repulsion, greater the bond angle, lesser the repulsion, lesser the bond angle. And again also central atom is same, but electronegativity of the subbonded atoms are different. Now another factor, that is the effect of multiple bonds affect the geometry of the molecules. And in case of effect of multiple bond, we can say that geometry of the molecule can be decided by the number of sigma bond and number of lone pair of electron. Multiple bond, that is double bond or triple bond, does not affect the geometry of the molecule. Presence of pi bond cannot be affect or change the direction of sigma bond. Pi bond makes the bond length short, and therefore this indirectly affect the bond angle to some extent. This means that we can say that pi bond can affect the geometry of to the some extent. An example for this case we can show here is the POPH3 and OPCl3. So here formula is same, but here this is the more electronegative Cl, and therefore bond angle is more. So we can explain this on the basis of in this case of example, phosphorus has 4 sigma bond. So standard tetrahedral geometry and the bond angle 109.5 degree is expected, but bond angle shows deviation slight from standard expected tetrahedral structure, and therefore we can say that in this case this is because double bonds are shorter. So electrons of double bond are closer to central atom than electron in the single bond, and therefore double bond electron can repel neighboring sigma electron pair strongly. So single bond come close and bond angle decreases from expected bond angle 109.5 degree to 102.5 and 103.5 as shown in the here. So here the structure shown here, and another example of this POCl3, and this is POF3. So in case of POCl3, as the these are the more electronegative, so there is a more repulsion, and these are the sigma bonded electron, and bond angle is 103.5 degree. In case of POCl3, less repulsion, this is more electronegative, and bond angle is 102.5 degree. So this is tetrahedral, but bond angle is not a 109.5 degree, but it is a 102 and 103.5 degree. Bond angle decreases as compared to the expected tetrahedral bond angle. Reason we have seen that why there is a decrease. So as we know, a double bond electron can repel the neighboring sigma electron pair strongly, so single bond comes close and bond angle decreases from expected tetrahedral angle to the 102 and 103.5 degree as shown in the figure. In case of first example, POCl3, single sigma bonded electrons are comparatively closer, so they get less compressed by double bond, while in POF3, single sigma bonded electrons are comparatively away, so they get more compressed by double bond and causing the bond angle 102.5 degree in that case. So Similarly, this is one example, and similar type of example are shown similarly COH2, COF2, similar type is there. So in this case, more repulsion, bond angle is more, less repulsion, bond angle is less. So this is another example, COH2, COF2, and in this case, we can say that expected bond angle should be trigonal geometry, but deviation from the trigonal geometry or trigonal planar geometry, because it is because of the multiple bond effect and also electronegativity of the bonded atom. So these are the two reasons. One reason is multiple bond effect, and second is electronegativity of the bonded atom. So here is shown, and also similarly in the same way, another example, SOBr2, SOF2, similar regions are there. So in this case, here is no space, but no space for repulsion, as already more repulsion in that case, and therefore bond angle is more. In this case, less repulsion is there, and therefore bond angle is less. So these are the similar types of examples shown here. And in case of last example, SOBr2 and SOF2, in that case, trigonal planar geometry is expected, but there is a deviation from trigonal planar geometry. It is because of the multiple bond effect, and also electronegativity of the element, and also effect of lone pair. So all these three regions are there for the repulsion in case of this. So in case of the repulsion is more, in case of the repulsion. So three regions are there: a multiple bond effect, electronegativity, and also the effect of lone pair. So these are the regions that they show some deviation from the bond angle. Another factor is there, effect of filled and incomplete valence shell. And in this case of this factor, as per the VSE pair theory, we can say that there is a repulsion between the bond pair in case of the completely filled shell is greater as compared to the bond pair in incompletely filled shell. So remember that in case of effect of filled and incomplete valence shell, as per the VSE pair theory, says that repulsion between bond pair in completely filled shell is greater as compared to the those bond pair in incompletely filled shell. So bond angle in completely filled shell is greater. So greater repulsion, so greater the bond angle. Again in this case, so only we have to see whether the orbitals are filled or incomplete valence shells are there. And example to explain this point is the H2O 104.5, H2S 92 degree. So in this case, more repulsion and filled shell is there, and in case of second H2S, there is a less repulsion. Now in case of water, central atom is oxygen and has two bond pair and two lone pair of electrons, that is total 8 electrons are there, and therefore shell of oxygen is completely filled, while in H2S, even though sulfur has 8 electrons in their valence shell, it is incomplete due to vacant d orbitals. Therefore we can say that in water, oxygen has completely filled shell, so strong repulsion between the bond pair, and hence bond angle is 104.5 degree. And in case of H2S, sulfur has incomplete valence shell due to less electron density, repulsion is less, and therefore bond angle is 92 degree. So this is the reason that water have 104.5 degree and H2S has 92 degree. So depending upon the repulsion, depending upon the whether it is filled or incomplete shell are present. So in case of water has completely filled shell, so strong repulsion is there. In case of H2S, sulfur has incomplete valence shell, and due to this less electron or less electron density or less repulsion is there. So some more examples are there which are shown in this slide, that OH2, SS2, ACS2, TS2. See the bond angle. So in this case of OH2, valence shell is completely filled and central atom is more electronegative, and therefore this molecule have greater bond angle 104.5 as compared to this. Another example, similar type is given here, NH3, PS3, ASH3, SbS3. In this case, nitrogen is more electronegative, and in that case valence shell is completely filled and more bond angle. So therefore in this case also more bond angle. So these are the another examples of the molecule show the greater bond angle because of the greater repulsion and also greater electronegativity of the central atom. So this is the one example, and 2-3 examples are being shown here. And what is the effect of pi back bonding? And as we know that Weier's pair theory says that atom with filled valence shell with lone pair is bonded with the atom with the incomplete valence shell, and therefore electron pair is partially transferred from filled shell to incompletely filled shell. This is shown as a pi back bonding. An example is PF3 and PS3. So in case of PF3, 104 angle is there. In case of PS3, bond angle is 93.3. So PF3 have this type of structure and bond angle is 104. PH3 have bond angle 93.3 and one lone pair is on the phosphorus central atom. So bond angle is less in case of PH3 and bond angle is more in case of PF3. So now in PF3 bonded the central atom phosphorus has incomplete valence shell. Due to the presence of vacant d orbital, and therefore we can say that here bonded fluorine atom has filled valence shell with the lone pair of electron. Therefore, according to the Weier's pair theory, lone pair electron get partially transferred from fluorine to vacant d orbital of the phosphorus atom. This list in the this shows in the formation of d pi p pi bonding. It means that bond in the PF3 is partially double bond rather than single bond. Double bond have more repulsive power than single bond, therefore bond angle is greater, that is 104 degree, due to more repulsion in the bonds. While in case of PH3, pi back bonding is not possible because phosphorus has incomplete shell that is ready to accept electron pair, but hydrogen atom does not have lone pair of electron to donate, and therefore in PH3 pure single sigma bond, that is bond pair has less repulsion with each other, and therefore bond angle in PH3 is comparatively smaller as compared to PF3. So this is the reason that PH3 have less bond angle and as compared to PF3. So these are the reason that shows in this case there is a pi back bonding, but in this case there is no possibility of pi back bonding. So one more example is shown here, and that is here similar type of examples are shown here. Examples are AsF3 and AsH3, similar type. In this case, this is the arsenic have incomplete shell. This is also having incomplete shell, but this fluorine is a complete shell with electron, lone pair of electron, and therefore pi back bonding is possible. Whereas in this case there is no any lone pair and therefore no pi back bonding is possible, and therefore bond angle is less, 91. And in this case, when there is a pi back bonding, bond angle is greater, 102 degree, here 91.8 degree. So depending upon the here back bonding, the bond angle is there. Another similar type of example is here OCl2, OF2. Similar reason again. In this case, Cl has incomplete shell and accept electron pair, and therefore pi back bonding is observed and more repulsion is there, therefore greater the bond angle is there. In case shown here how this is transferred, showing the back bonding, but in this case this electron pair cannot donate, and this fluorine have complete shell and therefore can accept electron pair, and because of that no pi back bonding is observed. So whether it is there is the back bonding. Another example is here, that is OH2, and in this case completely shell shown here, and again there is no any pi back bonding is observed in that case. Another example is shown here, similar type, that is OCl2, OF2 and also OH2. In case of OH2, there is the completely filled shell and cannot accept electron, and no pi back bonding is observed. So we can say that in OCl2 pi back bonding is observed or possible, more repulsion is there, so more long bond angle is there. In case of OCl2 bond angle is greater. In case of OF2 and OH2 no pi back bonding is possible. and we can say that less repulsion is there. It is because less repulsion between two single bond, so less bond angle is there in case of last two. OF2 has less bond angle than OH2. This can be explained on the basis of electronegativity. In OF2, bonded atoms are more electronegative, while in OH2, central atom is more electronegative. Pi back bonding is in case of that, one atom should have filled shell with lone pair of electron so that it can donate electron pair. For example, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, fluorine. While other atoms should have incomplete shell so that it can accept electron pair, and therefore group number 3, 4, 5, 6 in the periodic table elements have vacant d orbital. And for example, phosphorus, sulfur, Cl, that is phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, chlorine, bromine, iodine, we can take these are the elements. Now one more example is here that question is there that what is the question? Why diethyl ether has bond angle 108 degree and diphenyl ether has bond angle 124 degree. So example is shown here. Diethyl ether, diphenyl ether, diphenyl ether have 124 degree, diethyl ether have 108. So what is the reason? Here the question can be asked someone, and so we can explain this on the basis of this pi back bonding. So in case of diphenyl ether, central atom oxygen has filled valence shell with lone pair of electron. It is attached with the benzene which has delocalized pi bond. Oxygen atom using their lone pair electron form partial pi bond with the benzene carbon. Therefore p pi bond is observed according to the VSEPR theory, and therefore we can say that this formation of p pi bond according to the VSEPR theory, double bond has greater repulsion strength than single bond due to more repulsion bond angle increases, that is 124 degree is there. While in case of diethyl ether, central oxygen and carbon both has completely filled shell, and therefore due to the absence of delocalization, pi back bonding is not possible. Single bond has less repulsive power, so bond in the diethyl ether is less, that is 108 degree. So there is a delocalization of here, it is possible, but here it is not possible, and that is why bond angle is in diphenyl ether is more as compared to diethyl ether. So again I am giving that in case of diethyl ether, central oxygen and carbon both has completely filled shell. Due to the absence of delocalization, pi back bonding is not possible, and therefore single bond has less repulsive power, so bond angle is also less. So this is reason, and this delocalization is there in case of diphenyl ether. So therefore diphenyl ether has greater bond angle as compared to diethyl ether. So this is the reason we can explain on the basis of factor, that is effect of pi back bonding. And in this case, so today we have discussed the different examples of that is the what is the effect of electronegativity, what is the effect of pi back bonding, what is the effect of multiple bonds, and what is the effect of that is we can say that filled and completely filled, and what is the incomplete shell, valence shell. So all these factors and their examples when the repulsion is more, repulsion is less, and electronegativity, pi back bonding, all these are affecting the geometry and also affecting the bond angle. So depending upon the repulsion, if there is a greater repulsion, greater bond angle is there, repulsion is less, bond angle is less. So all these factors we have discussed in detail, and with also number of examples have been given here. So today we stop here, and we will discuss the some limitations are there of this VSEPR theory, and these what are the limitations, because this theory explain some simple molecules, but also some molecules are there the VSEPR theory could not explain the geometry of some other molecules. So all these are we will discuss in the next part, that is the limitations of VSEPR theory.